that particular label that people had given me, it actually felt really overwhelming at one point.
And I was so hung up on the what if it didn't work and not thinking about the what if it was fucking amazing though.
So the fear response is elevated even more.
And you're spiralling into
And
that, like, how do I ever overcome this? And it's such a good technique to deal with it.
Hello, everyone.
Hey! You've just discovered a new word.
I was going to start with that, but yes, I have. I've learned a new word today.
Go on, what is it?
Normalcy.
You're saying it like it's two separate words. It's one word. So people listening, she'd never heard of the word normalcy.
I prefer normalness.
Yeah, this is where my interjection of normalcy came in when she started talking about normalness. So anyway, you're quite like, you're reveling in the fact there's a new word.
I am. We've had a crying fit of laughter already just because of us not being, or rather me maybe, and being a non-normalcy person.
And do you know what?
I feel like I'm making myself out to be a sea person.
A sea person?
Like somebody at sea.
What?
Like, are you a normal sea?
No. And I can't even remember why we were saying you said normalness in the first place.
Don't know. The normalness of life, that was what I was going with it.
So this episode is about the normalcy of life.
I feel like normalness sounds better.
Okay. So what is the normalness?
Well, I feel like there isn't
life?
a normalness sea of anything.
You have to navigate the seas of life. Maybe that's where normalcy comes from.
And you've got the waves. See?
Yes. Okay.
See?
So it's all interlinked together.
Poor Ryan's having an absolute meltdown in the background here. Go on, Ryan. Interject. You've got your own microphone now.
Hello, everyone.
Hey!
We, in fact, our, what do we call Simon? Our videographer, our editor. Editor. So everyone listening, we have a new editor called Simon. He's pretty awesome. If you've not gone and checked out the U of Tube lately, go and have a look because there's some incredible edits on. Anyway, Simon has decided that Vicky and I are always bringing Ryan, our amazing, what are you? A producer?
A videographer?
A videographer.
Aren't you?
Technically, I'm head of video here.
Oh, he's doing his posh voice.
Right.
He's doing his PD voice.
It's PDU voice.
So Simon said, have a mic for when you bring him in. And we're trying to get a Ryan Cam on the go as well.
We're super happy he's got a mic.
Yeah. One day there might be Ryan Cam. If we get enough comments, maybe we might be able to get Ryan Cam on the go. Anyway, I've digressed massively, but this is what we do. So I put a post out not too long ago with me collapsed on my bed full of clothes.
You did.
And so many people commented that going, oh my gosh, that's exactly my life as well. And I was talking to somebody the other day on a call. Somebody had reached out and said that they loved this podcast and that they could just really relate, but then they also felt overwhelmed because they were staring at a massive pile of clothes that still needed to be put away, and that was a priority. And I'm like, if it makes you feel any better, I've been sleeping on a slither of my bed for the last week because there's piles of clothes all on the other side.
I feel like there's piles of clothes all over my house all the
Why
time.
are there so many clothes?
I don't know. I've no idea. If I didn't have a husband, there wouldn't be anywhere near as many clothes.
I feel like this, but then I'm stuck with 3 blokes in my house.
Yeah, you've got no chance.
No.
You're always going to have small piles of clothes, bigger piles of clothes. It's all, yeah, you're never going to get rid of that, are you?
We got in from the zoo yesterday and Hudson literally just took his top off and just threw it on the floor and walked off. I was like, awesome.
Wow. Sign of things to come.
Does this not belong anywhere? So for me, this is a very normal of like, I don't even know how to use it. It's weird.
So we're just going to talk about piles of washing today. Is this where this is going?
No, absolutely not. How often though do you feel like you've just got too many tabs open in your head or you're spinning too many plates?
Yeah, that's a thing these days that people talk about tabs in their head.
I don't feel like tabs ever used to be a thing.
No, it didn't.
I feel like it used to be a plate.
Yeah, plate spinning and things like that. But tabs, yeah, I keep hearing people refer to it as tabs open. We've all got tabs open. We've all got plates to spin.
Mm-hmm. What tabs have you got open at the moment?
Oh, God, I don't know. There's that many tabs. I feel like when you're a woman, sorry, everyone, you're a man listening, but, you know, that old classic multitasking thing, it just is. And I guess it's how you manage it. Some people get overwhelmed very quickly with all the different tasks they've got to do. Are you someone who finishes a task before moving on to the next one?
You're asking me?
I know what the answer is to this, by the way.
No.
No. That is the straight answer. No. And is that a detrimental trait?
I don't know, you know.
I don't either.
I feel like it can be sometimes. And I think this is where having that ability to hyper-focus can be helpful. But as with anything, there's like pros and cons of it all, isn't it?
There's something satisfactory about following something all the way through and ticking it off, whether that's a physical tick or whether a mental tick. Something nice about that. But then on the other flip side of that, if you spend a long time on one task, you can then start worrying about all the other tasks that you haven't even started yet, and the list might just grow in your head. And it's that, I'm not going to use the word anxiety as such, but almost it can sort of start to feel a little bit like overwhelming, can't it? So it's how you personally deal with that, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, I think for me, I think we've spoke about this before. Like I used to have this, I don't know if you call it like a nickname or how some people would refer to me, of being superhuman. And there was a period in my life, actually probably not too long ago, like I'd say within the last 2 years, that particular label that people had given me, persona, okay, it actually felt really overwhelming at one point. And I felt like I was almost failing because I couldn't live up to it, which was weird because that's been quite a common label I've had over the years. But for some reason, maybe it was just like the catalyst of everything we were doing in CBA. Like it grew phenomenally quick. There was just lots going on, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And I think it was just, I suddenly don't feel superhuman anymore because I feel like I'm failing, which for my personality is horrendous to feel like a failure. So I'm kind of in a period of my life again at the moment where I'm actually trying to get that label back, which sounds weird.
Ooh.
But I feel like it is a part of who I am. I feel like it is part of my identity. And if I'm being honest with myself, I think the last sort of like 10 months, I tried to move so far away from having that superhuman label and tried to just be, air quote, normalness, a normalness human being, that I felt like I lost who I was. I was like, I'm not busy. I'm not busy enough for me. Like you think, even within the last 2 years, I'd gone from having 3 businesses technically, because I had my own dog training business, then we merged, then we had CBA. I was at uni full time. I was I'm forever navigating life as a mum with the 2 kids. My mum's diagnosis was pretty fresh at that time. And I was navigating a whole other world of whatever's going on. Plus we're in a new phase of, because CBA grew like it did, like the challenges between me and Darren of just how do we keep that relationship going and on top of everything else. And I was so used to doing all of that stuff to then it suddenly felt like, I feel like everything's kind of under control. Like I'm dealing with navigating homemade life now. The kids are a little bit older. Okay, we've had some ups and downs and I'm sure we'll get into it as we continue chatting on this. There's been some ups and downs there, but I kind of know what to expect now. There's nothing totally scary that's happening there. Darren and I are really good. Like we've kind of gone through that rough patch back to being Joe and Darren again. Mum, as shit as that whole situation still is, I feel like that's just a forever grief thing. And I've learned to compartmentalise it. And I mean, you'll see me, I'll have like my days where I'm a mess on the floor and then I'm like, okay, fine, we can put it back in the box because I have to. And we move on again. So I feel like everything became, and then uni got dropped and not dropped, I'd finished it. And then I was like, who am I? if I'm not doing all of this stuff, I just felt really lost. And then I think that absolutely shows up in how you operate then in business, because you try and maybe attach yourself to something in the business that you're feeling you're not getting from something else, same way dogs do. It's like if they're not getting a need met here, they'll go and find another way to scratch that itch, so to speak. You're looking at me with a very perplexed face here.
I know all this stuff, right? This is not news to me. It might be news to you listening to this, but it's not to me. But every time I hear it, I'm like, how full your life is with all this stuff. Like, I just don't have anything to give. Like, I cannot. Not that I would ever try and compete with all of that anyway, because like I don't want all of that. Like, some of that stuff is good and some of that stuff isn't good. But I'm just like, what? Yeah, my mind is blown with what you deal with every day, and you don't ever. It's never a problem to you. You just get on with it and do it. And I know that there'll be people who've listened to this podcast for such a long time and feel the same and go like, how do you do all of that stuff? Like, you have to be superhuman to be able to manage all of that on a day-to-day basis. And I just can't even, like, there's nothing I can sort of say that is anything close to that with my life. And I feel like there's stuff that happens in my life, but it's not on that scale.
So that feels like really alien to hear that out loud, because
Why?
I don't feel like, I don't know, I hear it and I go,
but to you it's just stuff.
What have I said that's made it sound
because
busy?
It's not just one thing, it's one thing and another thing and another thing, and there's like this big long list of things, which you need that list of things in your life to feel satisfied, to feel fulfilled, to feel useful, to feel like you are achieving things. And everyone has a sliding scale of that, I think.
Yeah.
Because I'm the sort of person where if there's a challenge to be met, I'll absolutely embrace it and I'll do it and I'll rise to it if it's needed. But on a day-to-day level, like, I can't imagine my life being full of that many things. Whether I'd cope with it or not, if it had to be something I had to navigate, maybe I would. But would I want to do that every day and sustain it? Would I be able to? Don't know. That's the question.
Interesting.
And I know that a lot of things are out of your control. There are some things in your life that are not in your control, like your mom and everything. But there are some things that are in your control that you choose as an option. So look at the kids with, home educating, and you would get people's opinions, I'm sure, going like, but you've already got that in your life and you're doing that hard thing by not having the kids at school, and there's another thing here and another thing there, and you're running a business that is growing all the time and you're having to shift and ebb your way through that as well. Do you really want all that stuff? And I know there'll be people that will be listening to this and thinking that, surely.
I don't know. I think this is why I kind of wanted just to have more of a, I don't know, just like a real chat today. Realness.
That is a word.
Is it?
I think.
I get confused now with all the nesses
Interject.
that I've added.
Is realness a word? It's not real C, is it?
Word.
Yes.
Real C?
Yeah, no, I said it's not. Real C isn't the word. Realness is the word.
I'm down for it.
I feel like Ryan's like the adjudicator on this. Ryan, can you confirm or deny?
Yeah, I'm just here to settle arguments.
It's great. Piano, I just think like we're so complex as human beings, aren't we? We put a lot of pressure on ourselves all the time. And I think everyone's got their own version of failure. And we know that certain personality types will have, what's the word I'm looking for? Like their own version of failure in each one. And I think it's just looking at life and going, it's easy, I feel, to get swept up in, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, I should be further ahead by now. I don't know, just like, if you could wave that hypothetical magic wand and go, ping, here you go, what does life look like? And actually, I think for a lot of us, we do want the simplicity of it. We want family around us that, you know, we've got enjoyable relationships with. We've got close friends. We've got people to share our lives with. That's at the core of everything, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got stability around being able to pay your bills. You know, you don't, all of us realistically, we don't need to be making tens of thousands of pounds every single month. If you can pay your bills and you've got loving relationships around you, at the heart of it, it's kind of what it's all about, really,
Strip
isn't it?
it back to basics, yeah.
But then we put pressure on ourselves in going, oh God, that lead magnet needs doing, and I'm not showing up on social media enough, and I haven't got enough inquiries coming in this month, and the washing needs putting away that I haven't done. I've got to get the kids ready. I've got to get the dogs sorted. I need to go to that conference and I've already left the dogs so many times this year. Like the pile on of pressure from just life.
And I guess your day can feel like you haven't achieved anything, even though you haven't stopped. And you're busy doing all these like seemingly insignificant tasks, but they are tasks that need doing, and they are taking up your time and headspace and things like that. So I think there can also be that unfulfillment about the way you're spending your time as well. And then if the business isn't going in quite the way you planned, it's going to have that sort of compound effect of like, oh God, everything feels so hard. And I guess for us, if you've got your business running like a well-oiled machine, which is our aim whenever we're supporting dog trainers with their business, that's what we want, isn't it? So that it's simpler, it's easier, it's a rinse and repeat type, you know, so that your headspace doesn't have to concentrate on the day-to-day nitty-gritty stuff of that business, which it will in the early phases. Whenever you're changing something, there will be a lot of work that needs to go into it to get the direction right, to get the strategy right, to build the map, the roadmap up. But then very quickly it settles down, doesn't it? And you get that kind of feeling of like relief and space. And do you know what? I can just be a really fucking good support to these dog owners that need me. And, you know, at least if you've got that bit working really well, all the other shit you kind of can deal with. It's a little bit like dogs again, if we bring it back to that analogy of like, if they've got management techniques, if they've got ways that they can deal with these things, the bad things aren't as bad. You know, it's kind of just teaching new, like changing the neural pathways in your brain again, isn't it? Like you would with a dog.
Yeah.
So if you can ease something off, the rest potentially doesn't feel as bad. If that's a mess over here, the business, your life's a bit of a mess because your washing's everywhere and your husband doesn't put his fucking clothes away and your lodger's like there and all this stuff.
Vicky's had a lodger for 6 months.
I have had a lodger for 6 months. Yes. It was all fun in the beginning. But yeah, he's going soon. Which, you know.
But that's got to have been like hard in itself, like just to navigate an extra adult in the house when you're used to it just being the two of you and the dogs.
When the dog hates him,
Well,
that's the other thing. So this is a friend, by the way, and it's not all bad. It's not bad at all. It's just, it is an additional layer of managing things, I suppose. So it's been a bit tricky with Pesto having this kind of aversion, and also just your life is a little bit encroached in, even though there is a lot of respect there. It's still like not the same.
Well, I suppose you kind of like lose your safe space a little bit, don't you? Like your safe space becomes like your bedroom, and even in your case, that's not your safe space because he just walks in there.
Yeah, and gets in the bed sometimes. I'm like, okay. But yeah, no, it's things like that where if this is all of a bit dishevelled, I was going to say, but I don't think that's the right word really. But that's a little bit out of kilter. And then the business is like massively out of kilter and the stress around that is there. It all just feels a bit shit, doesn't it? Hard to manage any of it.
Yeah. It's that compound effect all the time, isn't it? It's like we were talking in the car on the way down about how your bucket can easily fill on just just even mundane things. Like you will more than likely hear me coughing throughout this episode because I've got an annoying cough that's not cough. There you go, I've shoved it in. And, you know, when you're a little bit tired as well and you're in a busy season and then, you know, just... I walked in the house yesterday after I'd been out all day and I was already feeling a bit like, oh God, I'm coming down with something. And I walked in and then the boys had left their bedroom door open, which is normally always closed. And Leica, bless her, the dog, walked in and did a sloppy shit all over the carpet.
I've just got this image of Leica sauntering into the room going, this is a new toilet area today.
Yeah.
Just doing it
I mean,
like
I feel sorry for
with
her
swag.
because she's clearly gone, oh, I don't want to do this and I need a wee and there's nobody home, so I'll just go here. I'm like, oh, that was fun trying to clean that up. So again, like my bucket was a little bit full. The boys got not a very nice version of me because I was like, why did you leave the door open? It's like, I don't know. I was distracted by a toy. It's like, it's just one of those things, but we all do it. But life impacts everything. And I think a lot of us don't have the awareness, I'm going to say, to be able to deal with it. Like you and I have done a lot of work on ourselves over the last several years now. You know, we've invested in therapists essentially for ourselves. We've got our mentors that act as therapists. And we have people that are in our corner that are not our friends and family, looking at things externally and going like, hold on, like you're struggling with this here. Like, let's explore that. What's going on? Where does that come from?
I can't tell you how valuable that is from someone who'd never had that before and thinking, don't need that. Like, I'm good. I'm okay.
I'm in my own little bubble. Just like life is good.
And then to have that now, that different perspective, brings you back down to earth with a fucking bump, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not pleasant sometimes.
You're like, oh yeah, but my situation's different. Or this, you don't understand. It's like, no, it's people. It's humans. You're dealing with humans here. You are a human. And we're like, oh yes, we're the same. It's a bit like that saying, I know she's dead now, but the Queen shits. It's that, isn't it? It's like we're all people.
Who's going with that then?
We're all human beings. We're all on this, I don't care who you are or what you've done or what accolades you've got, we're all on this basic level together. And we all have fucked up brains that overthink and get overwhelmed with things and you just catastrophize. It doesn't matter who you are. And we just need to remember that we're all just on that level and we need to treat each other like, you know, not the same. I'm not saying it's treating everyone the same, but it's like having that realization that everyone's got their own shit like there going on.
Yeah.
And for us to judge that it's not a good thing to do. It's not a good place to be in.
It's so hard to do that though, isn't
because
it?
when people do it to you, it's that defensive nature that we've done before. Mm-hmm. And you know, it just takes that away. If you don't have that judgment on you, it just feels so much easier. So if you can have that skill yourself to not get yourself wrapped up in, but hang on a minute, I'm trying to help this person, or I think like this, and that means they're going to think like this. Like if we can just take that, all that complicatedness. Oh God. Which I don't think is a word. Ryan, adjudicator, please.
It's not a word, but if you can't beat them, join them.
There are loads of people out there currently using nesses in a lot of words.
Do you think you've coined the phrase?
I'm going to be bold and say yes.
Okay.
I like it.
And then when we do have a real word like realness, we go, is it a word?
It's true, I don't know anymore.
We do. It's like that are they alive or dead thing.
Yes.
I don't know if it's real or not.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's taken away all of that. And again, you can make your life so much easier. This is easier said than done, by the way, guys. So I'm not saying, oh, just stop judging people and stop.
I was going to say, it sounds so simple,
it's not easy to do it. But once you've got through it, oh my God, life is easier.
And I think it is really difficult. And I think it's really difficult when you, like we have done the work on yourselves and are continuing to do the work. I've got some friends in my life at the moment that are going through utter shit, really. And it's it's so hard because I'm looking at their situation as a whole. I don't know, almost like an outer body experience in one way. Because
it does feel like that though, doesn't it?
Because I'm like, I am, and again, this makes me sound like a right twat, but I am 20 steps, like big fat fuck off miles ahead of where they are currently thinking at the moment. And they are nowhere near capable of being able to join me in my thoughts because I'm so far ahead. But it's only because I've done the uncomfortable stuff and I've worked on myself and I've hit rock bottom with those thoughts and feelings through the help of therapy, essentially.
Yeah, and it's that self-sabotage that happens before you start to do the work on yourself. It almost, you need it to get really bad to then realise that there is a much easier way, isn't it?
Yeah, it's do you know, I think there's 2 times I can recall in the last few years for you and me where I won't say they were our rock bottoms, but they were pretty darn close. Mm-hmm. Both of them, I think, happened in Spain as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So I remember the one time when it was, and this was fairly early on in CBA world, actually. And I think the overwhelm...
In the first 6 months, actually, wouldn't it have been? Do you think?
Oh, definitely within the...
Or maybe the first year, actually.
Well, probably the first year, behind the scenes first year,
yes.
Not the outward first year.
The outward 6 months.
Yes.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. And I think you just... I don't kind of want to put words into you, Matt. For me, looking at it almost felt like a bit of an identity crisis for you. It's like, who am I if I'm not...
Vicky the dog trainer.
Yeah. But also Vicky... the wife?
Well, yes.
Like everything was kind of wrapped up in...
Lots of labels that had been not ripped away from me, but I'd moved away gradually from and then gone, oh God, I feel like I'm a completely far removed person and it scared me. Mm-hmm. And I didn't embrace it at that time, did I? I was like the fear about it.
Yeah, you were fighting it.
I was, wasn't I?
Yeah.
I was fighting a lot of it, and then it caused a bit of problem at home and stuff like that. And then once I'd figured out, because I was trying to manage it in the wrong way, and once I'd figured out the right way, a way that worked for, everyone, that just, it meant I could transition a lot easier into that new.
What was you actually going through at that time? Can you remember?
No, not really. I do just remember trying to hold on desperately to these, like, if something's on like tiny little strings that are about to break, it was like that. Oh, I want to move away from it, but I'm really scared to move away from it fully. So I was trying to hold on desperately.
Yeah.
Because wasn't it the time when we were talking about merging the dog training business as well? And I was really hesitant about it.
We might have already done it at that point. I think that the one I'm remembering more, I think you'd moved into the business side of it. I say fairly easily. It wasn't, but it was as well. Like it was
I embraced it.
Yeah, I was like, it was a logical and an emotional sense around it all. I think it was the Gareth thing that was the hardest for you.
Yeah, but also his thoughts and feelings around the business, because he was trying to protect the business, like he was trying to protect me through the business, and the business needed to move forward in that respect, and we were merging, or we just merged, but then his fear around, you could lose everything here, Vicky, and then that projected onto me, and I'd feel like that as well. And I think maybe if that hadn't been brought up, I wouldn't have probably tried to hang on to these things as much.
Yeah.
But it's that fear of, what if it doesn't work? What if I make this decision to move away from that and then it all blows up in my face? And I was so hung up on the what if it didn't work and not thinking about the what if it was fucking amazing though? What if it was the best decision I'd ever made? What if it opened so many more doors, which it ended up doing in lots of ways? And that was that fear. And so I think it was a bit of push and pull, wasn't it?
It's hard not to think of the what ifs in a bad way, though.
Yeah, even though you desperately, and I really try and do that now, but you default to the negative. We talk about that negativity a lot, don't we, on this? And it is just your protection, your fear response, your brain trying to keep you safe, isn't it?
Yep.
And again, once you understand that, you can almost pause and go, right, this is going to happen. Like my body, my brain is going to try and protect me. I'm aware of it and I'm going to acknowledge it and have a little moment and then go, thank you very much, but I don't need that at the moment.
Ooh. Imagine being able to do that.
Yeah. But you almost subliminally can do it. I feel like you can do that. You just need to stop.
It's the awareness and the skills again.
Yeah.
Because actually, I would say this is something we talk quite a lot about with clients and Get Shit Done as well.
Yeah.
Because it's that whole thought process of that if someone is going to invest in you for you to be able to go and support them with their dog, then their fear responses are going to kick in as well. So the client's fear response is going to kick in. What if this doesn't work?
Yeah.
What if I give you, even if it's £300, what if I give you £300 and it doesn't work? So therefore, I'll ask for things like what can you guarantee? And then, of course, we as force-free folk go, can't guarantee anything because it's behaviour. So the fear response is elevated even more.
And you're spiralling into
And
that, like, how do I ever overcome this?
Yep. So now we've got two people in fear, the client going, I don't feel confident now that if I invest, I'm going to get an outcome. And then from the professional side of it, that business owner, i.e. you and me, us, we're then going, oh God, my fear response is now activated that they think it's too much money. They think this, they think that. I'm not good enough.
What if I fail them? What if I don't do what they hope I'm going to do? Mm-hmm. All of that stuff comes into play.
All because of not having the skill set that you've just articulated of being able to have a conversation with fear and go, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I don't need it right now.
And it's such a good technique to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
And don't you think it's the ability to just have space and stop and think and breathe and just like understand what's happening inside of your nervous system? And once you understand that, you can then go like, I can make the decision either way. So even if you go with the fear, let's say, it should be a very considered decision and one where you've weighed up like both and gone, actually in this case, I'm not going to give a specific example here, but there will be some times where you go, actually, that might be a bit of a, maybe not a rash decision, but it may not be right now. And we need to just kind of let that go a little bit. So you might kind of move towards the fear, but as long as you've done it in a way where you've properly assessed it, then it's fine, isn't it? It's you panic decisions, going back to the safety because that's what's comfortable, not necessarily what's right for that situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's like the default is happening and being pulled in that direction because that's just the path that you know so well. This is actually...
Even if that path is already uncomfortable.
Is uncomfortable anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. Whereas if this is okay, right. Yeah, I'd like to do that one day. Doesn't feel quite right now, but I can feel it a little bit and I can go back to it. Maybe I can revisit that situation when I feel a little bit readier for it. Or you just go like, no, I'm not going to go back to that safe space that I've always gone to because it doesn't serve me, doesn't move me forward. I stay stuck. Nothing good happens. But it's your ability to make that decision in a really balanced way. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's, do you know, the more we're talking about this, and kind of taking it back to that point I was saying earlier, like most of us at the core, it is that simple life, isn't it? It's just like love, connection, and that safety. That's all really any of us are looking for. And when you look at it through that lens, and then you look at the life you have created for yourself, I suppose it's, can you zoom out and go, how far detached have I made it from that core bit? Versus, actually, have I managed to pull that in? Have I done this? And again, I think this is where the added complexities come in of how you each individually work. Because like I know for Darren and me specifically, we joke about, wouldn't it be nice if we just could, like when you've got these like competitions on the radio, and it's like, oh, you can win like £750,000
or in a maze house.
Yes, basically,
we've all entered that, haven't we? In a maze
like win
house,
a fuck ton of cash and maybe a nice big fat abode to go with it. Like, oh, imagine if we did that. And then Darren and I like really play it out. I'm like, oh yeah, we could do this, and then like the kids could have like the land to roam on in the home ed. It's very picturesque, and all of this stuff. And I say to him, I was like, would you like give up your business? And he's like, probably with that business, but he'd do another one. So I was like, so you wouldn't be able to not do anything? And he's like, no, I'd need to do something. I was like, yeah. And he's like, you fucking wouldn't be able to do nothing. I was like,
to pin you down like a bloody one of those chairs.
But he was like, I don't think anything would change for you, because for you, and this kind of made me feel good in one way, because he's like, I think you're happy as you are now. Okay, yes, maybe certain areas could be better, but I like striving for, I don't know, almost like just bettering myself and seeing what impacts I can have, and realizing for me over probably the last 8 years or so, I reckon, actually, people have come up to me and said things like, you're inspirational, which boggles my brain. Like that, I feel like a twat when I say things like that. But then also, I'm like, am I really? Because if I can do that, then like, I love the fact that I can potentially help somebody else. I don't exactly know how, but I can.
Sometimes it's just the feeling you give somebody, though, isn't it? It's not necessarily the tangibles of what you've done and they want the same. It's that you've thrown yourself into it. You've done the thing that was probably against the tide, you know.
Probably.
The hard lie is the hard thing to do. And you've done it and you've risked it and it's paid off. And they kind of go, well, if it worked for her, maybe what I want to do will work then. So I think sometimes it's just that emotional connection to your story, you know?
Yeah, maybe. I have no idea. It's still, honestly, like, I don't understand it, but I love it that I feel like that's kind of my own purpose in life. And I think that's what I enjoy striving towards every day, and going, do you know what, if I have to set my alarm at 3 a.m. in the morning to be able to get up and do something to better this, and I can still be there for my kids, and I can still be there to help with it, then it's a small price to pay.
Yeah, definitely. And actually, something I was thinking about when you were talking, you know, you mentioned the rock bottom times. There's been, and we're not going to lie about this, there's been times where I think I definitely have, and I think you have as well, alluded to the fact that, Jesus Christ, it'd be easier if we just went back to being dog trainers.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then, again, what we were saying about that ability to pause and reflect and think, I've taken myself there. I've done it and gone, let's say we stopped CBA now and I went back to being a dog trainer. How would it make me feel? How would my life look like? How would I feel knowing I'd done what I've done with CBA and then going back to being a dog trainer? And I know straight away, I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. And again, it's not because dog training's not good enough for me. It's everything I've done where I gave up the dog walking and I said, I knew there was more for me. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't belittle that service, and that service served me well for a long time, even though people took it out of context and made out like I didn't care about it. And
that TikTok video is really affected you, hasn't it?
But then I would almost kind of look at this conversation in the same way as that, to go like, I could easily just go and do dog training again, slip back into that and have a really thriving business like I did before. And my life was a lot easier back then. And then I'd go, oh yeah, but there's just so much more that I could be doing here. And look at the impacts that I get to have now, which is like 10x, 100x probably from that time. And when you've had that, I think I'd really struggle to not have it now. You know, and again, it's that decision to make of going, do you want the easy life, the easy path, which you can absolutely have, or do you want the kind of uphill struggle that you know there's going to be amazing things if you take that path?
Well, I think we've all chosen the uphill struggle because we decided to go and create a business and not do paid employment.
That is very true.
Even if you're doing part-time employment, you've still chosen that uphill
and
struggle.
Even if you're listening to this and you haven't started the business yet, but you're thinking about doing it, it's still there.
Yep.
That spark is there, that ability to go, oh, I reckon I could make this work. It's there. So you've got it as well, even if you sat there thinking, I haven't even done it yet.
And this is the bit we love. And I don't know, I just love talking about all of it because I think it's this is the crazy normal, air quote normal, whatever you want to call it. This is the crazy life that we're all in, and life will continue to life. There is shit around every single corner. You never know if it's going to turn up today, tomorrow, or in several months' time. There's different versions of it for everyone. The washing is still all over the house. I've got ridiculous amount of, I reckon I've got over 1,000 of those bloody little metal cars all in the house because the boys keep buying a Hot Wheels car every time they go out.
Do you nearly break your neck on them as well?
Yes.
Left all over the floor.
Oh my God, it's like a death trap. Even the dog went skating the other day. But you know what I mean, like,
but you can either fight that or you can just ride with literally
ride with it. Like, what are those trainers called where you can pop like the
wheelies?
Heelys.
Like, what's his name on Gavin and Stacey?
Yes.
Like, his sister had them, didn't she? Rudy.
Yes. Oh, but you know, like the dishes are going to pile up in the sink and you're looking at it for 3 days in a row going, fuck me, like the dishwasher has just got clean stuff in it. It just needs emptying and it needs to go away, but I can't be bothered.
It's another job.
Can't be bothered. I've just got off a Zoom call at 8 p.m. at night. I've got nothing in me. The kitchen is a shit tip. The vac needs running round. There's just, there's dog fur everywhere on the sofa that I'm about to collapse on because I just need to switch my brain off for an hour, and then I stick Grey's Anatomy on and I'm there 4 hours later, even though I said I'm only going to stay there for one episode. Doesn't happen. And I've been playing on my phone the entire time as well.
But hey, you're still alive. You still operate in your business. You're still like this superhuman person. None of it matters anyway.
And then we tell ourselves like, I've got so much to do. I need to do it all, even though I've just sat for like 4 hours. Actually, if you could double it up, because I've been playing my game at the same time as well. So technically, that's like 4 hours of TV and 4 hours of gaming.
It's a lot of screen time.
Screenage.
Screenness.
There's lots of screenage. Yeah. I'm going with it. It's ridiculous. And then I'll kick myself and go, do you know what? If I'd have actually just gone to bed, I'd have felt more refreshed because I am going to get up early. Or I could choose to not get up early. And I could say, and I'm even starting to annoy myself now that if I'll turn my alarm off, if I'm struggling to wake up sometimes, I'll purposely, I'll force myself to go into like the email account or social media to try and wake myself up. And then I'm there for half an hour on my phone, just doing fuck all when I should have just got up anyway. Could have been
more productive.
Yeah. Could have either slept or just got up.
Life's full of regrets, but they're not regrets.
But we do, don't we? Like, life is busy. Life is short. So actually spend it with people you love. Spend it with people that are going to encourage you to be the best version of yourself, because there are enough stuff out there that will make you feel like you're inadequate all the time. So for me personally, I'd rather be around people that want more for me and that are going to build me up, because it'll make me strive to be a better version for me, which means I can be a better version for somebody else.
Do you know, it's amazing how much difference that makes, being surrounded by the right
It sounds like such a throwaway comment and phrase, doesn't it?
Because it's something that we mention a lot, but we don't labour on it a lot, if that makes sense. So whenever we bring it up, I don't know, almost comes flooding right back to me again, how important, like you could so make that the biggest focus of your life is to make sure that you've got these people around you that are going to contribute and be a positive influence rather than a negative. But because of the nature of human beings, we feel like we're going to offend people, we're going to piss them off, we're going to, we're worrying about them and we're not thinking about us. And that's half the problem, isn't it? We are afraid to put ourselves first. And you can put yourself first by how do I say it? You can still be mindful of other people, but put yourself first. But it can be so detrimental if you don't have that ability. And when I say put yourself first, I don't mean like go off on a spa day, just whatever.
Always the first thing that comes to my head.
But if you need that, do it. But for us, that's not the solution in most cases. It's nice to do that every now and then, but is that going to fix your life if it's all fucked up? Probably not. So, you know, you can just...
Imagine that. That'd be like a good niche market, wouldn't it?
Have some like... Spa day fixes your life?
Yeah, like a mud mask or something. It's like just pulls out all the shit.
One day, there probably will be.
I know.
Technology will be so good.
There you go.
But
AI mud.
Do you know, I thought of AI when you were saying that. I was thinking of AI myself, actually. Yeah, because the speed it's moving along at these days, who knows? But yeah, no, it's having that ability to put yourself, like, what do you need and what do you want, and what are true thoughts of yours and what are other people's that have infiltrated your brain and you think they're yours, but they're not. Maybe that's a good place to end the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Reflection.
Yeah. I am going to add on at the end, if you've not yet got your tickets to CBA Live, get your ass getting a ticket.
What is CBA Live, Jo?
It's our 2-day Earl event in person. Get to hang out with us, Earlness.
And what's it all about?
Alfie. It is about...
It's not about Alfie.
It is about... I feel like everything we've just been talking about, actually.
And a lot more.
And a lot more. It's great. It's a great pitch. Business, life, being around people that want more for themselves and for the clients and for the dogs, and just knowing where to kind of focus your attention instead of the overwhelm of everything else that you're doing.
Unpeel your own onion layers.
And come and join us in non-normalcy.
It's definitely not normal. If you want like a bit out there, come and join us at CBA Live 2026.
Links in the show notes. Thanks, guys.